Hello. Today's unit is Unit 9, Living with Computers. Basically, the topic is technology, computers, and let's start. Troubleshooter.com. What is this? Got a problem with a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, a touchpad? Let's listen to the vocabulary. We have four computer parts for this page. We have the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse, and the touchpad. The touchpad is a part of a laptop that you can use to move the mouse, okay, the arrow on the screen. So we have a photo story in here, and let's listen to this and let's get used to this vocabulary. Okay, so let's listen.
Page 99. Exercise D. Photo story. Read and listen to a conversation about a computer problem.
What are you doing here at this hour?
Fooling around on my new laptop.
Am I interrupting you?
Not at all. Paul and I are just instant messaging. What's up?
Well, I was wondering if you could help me with something.
Of course.
When I try to log on to my email, nothing happens.
Are you sure you used the right password?
Absolutely. And I've never had a problem before.
Maybe you should try rebooting. Sometimes that takes care of it.
You mean just shutting down and restarting?
Right.
You think that would do it?
It couldn't hurt. Listen, Paul's still there. Let me send a quick response, okay? I'll just be a second.
I'm sorry. I'll go and try rebooting to see if that does the trick.
So we have new words in here like fooling around. I'm just fooling around. I'm doing nothing. Um, Nothing happens. When I try to do it, nothing happens. Sometimes that takes care of it. It couldn't hurt. I'll just be a second. And let's see if that does the trick. Those are the new expressions we have for these units. Then we have troubleshoot a problem. Let's listen to these people.
Page 100. Conversation model. Exercise A. Read and listen to people troubleshoot a computer problem.
Eugene, could you take a look at this?
Sure. What's the problem?
Well, I clicked on the toolbar to save a file and the computer crashed.
Why don't you try restarting? That sometimes works.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
So we have a conversation between Eugene and a girl, and she's asking him to help her because the computer crashed. The computer crashes when she tries to do something. So the boy says, "Why don't you try restarting?" Restarting is the solution for all the problems in this unit. Sometimes that works. That might help. That might do the trick. Okay. So we have part of the screen, okay, on a computer. We have computer terms and commands. Let's listen to the vocabulary.
Page 100. Vocabulary. Computer terms and commands. Exercise A. Read and listen. 1,
A pull-down menu.
2,
The toolbar.
3,
The cursor.
4,
The scroll bar.
5,
Open a file.
6,
Save a file.
7,
Print a file.
8,
Cut text.
9,
Copy text.
10,
Paste text.
11,
Click on an icon.
12,
Select text. Highlight text.
13,
Scroll up.
14,
Scroll down.
So we have all this vocabulary that is common, very common when you use a computer. When you use, for example, Microsoft Word, you can open, save, print, cut, copy, paste, and you have the parts of the window, like the menus, the pull-down menus, the toolbar, the scroll bar, okay, the icons, the text, the cursor. So we have, as for the grammar, the infinitive of purpose. So you do something to something, for example. An infinitive can be used to express a purpose. For example, I scroll down to read a text because I wanted to read a text. Put the cursor on the toolbar to choose a file. Okay? Why did you click on that icon? And I answered to save the file before I close it. Okay? So basically, we have an activity in here on what we do uh, to get something else or to have something else. Okay, we're going to discuss that in class. Then we have recommend a better deal, lesson 2. And we have the comparisons with as. So we have similarities, okay? The new speakers are as good as the old ones, as good as, just as many new features as the last one. For example, the iPod has just as many new features as the Xiaomi, for example. Use the adverbs almost or nearly to indicate that things are not exactly the same but quite similar. For example, um, um, a Mac has almost as much memory as a Pentium, for example. I'm talking about computers. So we're going to do this with other examples, of course. And with a negative of as, our new printer isn't as noisy as the old one. Okay, and that's it. Let's listen to the conversation model, how to recommend a better deal.
page 103, Conversation Model. Exercise A. Listen to someone recommend a better deal.
I'm thinking about getting a new monitor.
Oh, yeah? What kind?
Everyone says I should get a macro.
Well, I've heard that the Panatel is as good as the Macro, but it costs a lot less.
Really? I'll check it out.
So in class, we could recommend each other brands of computers, brands of cell phones, or maybe some other things that we could compare. For example, you could go to Galicia or Navarra. Galicia is just as cold as Navarra, for example. Okay, it doesn't have to be with the topic of technology because maybe you don't like cell phones or laptops or technology things. So, lesson 3 is about describe how to use computers. We have new vocabulary in here, so let's listen.
Page 104. Before you listen. Vocabulary. Internet activities. Read and listen.
Attach a file.
Upload a file.
Download a file.
Surf the internet.
Join an online group.
Post a message.
So, all of
Now
these
listen again and
are computer terms, okay? Attach, upload. You can attach a file to an email, for example, upload, download, surf the internet, join a group, okay? Post a message. And we have in here a survey, as usual. Computer user survey. I use a computer for work, for study, for fun. I never use a computer. I usually spend how many hours a week on a computer. These kind of to get kind of an analysis on how we use computers. Then we have lesson 4. Discuss the impact of the internet. Is internet good or bad? Okay, what kinds of problems have you had with the internet? What kinds of internet problems have you heard about on the news? Okay, so let's listen to this text and we're going to analyze it in class.
Page 106. Reading. Read and listen.
Hackers steal 40 million credit card numbers. 11 hackers around the world were accused of stealing more than 40 million credit card numbers on the internet. They included 3 people from the U.S. who are accused of hacking into the wireless networks of popular online stores. Once inside these networks, they installed sniffer programs that search for customers' credit card numbers, passwords, and personal information. Credit card numbers were then sold on the internet, allowing criminals to withdraw thousands of dollars at a time from ATMs.
Computer virus attacks get worse. We're losing the battle against computer viruses, says David Farber, professor of computer science at Carnegie Mellon University. These viruses, which can enter computer systems through junk email, have reached epidemic proportions, slowing down and sometimes shutting down computers in both large and small companies. In 1 year alone, they were reported to have caused $13 billion in damage. Companies have been trying for years to protect themselves with antivirus programs, but criminals are creating newer, improved viruses faster than these programs can keep up.
Cyberbullying leads to teenagers' death. Megan Taylor Meyer, age 13, joined an online social networking group where she became online friends with a 16-year-old boy named Josh. Megan and Josh never communicated by phone or in person, but she enjoyed exchanging messages with him in the group. Over time, Josh changed. He began to bully her daily, criticizing her personality and telling her what a bad person she was. Some of their communications were posted so everyone could see them. Josh's last message to her said, "The world would be a better place without you." A short time later, Megan committed suicide by hanging herself in a closet. After her death, it was discovered that there was no Josh. The messages came from the mother of one of Megan's classmates. The mother had been angry with Megan because she believed Megan had said some untrue things about her daughter.
So here we have 3 texts. They are news. Apparently they are real news. So hacker steals 40 million credit card numbers. We're going to discuss about the risks of giving your credit card personal information on the internet. Computer virus attacks and get worse. So, for example, I don't know, there's a virus that apparently damaged some companies in the USA, I guess. And cyberbullying leads to teenagers' death. Okay, this is the sad case of a girl who was bullied on internet and she committed suicide. So apparently this topic is very important to be safe and to be like to use internet properly. So then we have discussed the impact of the internet, and we have good changes and bad changes regarding the internet. Has changed the way people find information. How do people look for information? The way people work in offices, the way people shop, and the way people communicate. We're going to discuss those changes in class and what was the good or the bad change that internet or computers has made that internet has made on those topics. Finally, we have the videos. So let's listen to the videos.
Bob, can you help me with something?
Sure.
I'm trying to print a file, but the printer won't work.
Push the green button on the printer.
Why?
To turn it on. It won't print unless it's on.
Oh, right. Silly me. Thank you.
Hey, Bob. My laptop crashed and I can't get it to do anything. I type on the keyboard and nothing happens.
Stick this here.
Why?
To restart the computer.
You sure? Okay, thanks.
Bob, I could use a hand with something.
What is it?
Somebody sent me an email, but I think it has a virus in it.
Don't open the attachment. Click on the no virus icon on the toolbar.
Why?
To clean the computer and stop the virus.
Thanks. Bob, can I ask you another question?
I'm sorry, but I can't get any work done with all these questions. Please, I have some very important stuff I need to finish right now.
Game over. Game over.
Very important stuff.
Game over.
How can I help you? Hey, Mr. Evans?
Yes.
You asked me to build a website for the company?
Oh, yes. How's it coming along?
Well, sir, I think I need some new technology.
What do you need?
A new scanner.
What's that?
It's a scanner, sir, but it's not nearly as good as this one. This one will give us much better photos.
Okay.
And a digital camera would be good.
What's that?
It's not a digital camera, sir. It won't take pictures as easily as this one.
Okay.
And also a new laptop. It's not as fast as this one.
I see. Anything else?
A new DVD drive. And I could also use a new joystick.
A joystick? Isn't that for computer games?
Well, I don't really need the joystick.
What's all this going to cost me?
Well, actually, we could do without the DVD drive. And the laptop. And the camera. And the scanner.
Great.
Could you tell me some of the things you use the computer for? I use my computer every day at work to make schedules. I do a lot of that at my job. Also to email friends and coworkers about things that need to get done for the day.
Would you say you're a computer addict?
Yes, I am a computer addict.
Okay. How about just overall time spent on the computer?
I think it kind of depends on what you're using the time for. Because if you're doing, research for projects and things like that, spend as much time as you like on the computer, because it's easy and it's fast. So.
But how about games and surfing and chat?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably about the same as television. Too much of it just isn't a good idea. I mean, when you can get outside and enjoy the city.
Do you think children should be allowed to use the internet?
With guidance, I think they should be allowed to use the internet.
What do you see as the advantages of the internet?
Well, communication is certainly an advantage. With, like I said, with email, you can keep in touch with friends all over the country, practically free of charge. Also, the wealth of knowledge that you can pick up. You can ask the computer with your search engines any question at all and come up with thousands of answers. You have to choose the one you like.
And do you see some particular dangers for you even, but particularly for children?
I mean, at this point, I feel as though I'm, like an adult, so I can kind of censor what I want to look at and things like that, but kids don't necessarily have that, and they're a little bit more curious, so I think that they definitely need that supervision.
I'm just fooling around. Am I interrupting you? Well, I wanted to know, what are you up to? I tried to send some photos, but it's been so long that I almost don't remember how to log on. So I'm thinking about getting a new computer. I don't know what kind, I should have done it sooner. But I heard the Panatel is as good as the rest. Check it out, you should really check it out. Let's face it, that's life. Check it out, 'cause that's life. That's life in cyberspace. When you download the pictures, then you open the files. If your computer's slow, then it can take a little while. From the pull-down menu, you can print them too. But don't forget to save everything you do. Scroll it up, scroll it down, put your cursor on the bar, then click on the icon and you'll see my new car. The car goes as fast as the one I had before. Check it out, you should really check it out. Let's face it, that's life. Check it out. That's life. That's life in cyberspace. Am I talking to myself or are you still there? This instant message conversation's going nowhere. I could talk to Liz, she isn't nearly as nice. It isn't quite as much fun, I've done it once or twice. What's the problem? Come on, give it a try. If you don't want to be friends, at least tell me why. Did you leave to make a call or go out to get some cash? Did the photos I sent make your computer crash? Let's face it, that's life. Check it out, 'cause that's life. That's life in cyberspace. Let's face it, that's life. That's life. Gotta check it out. In cyberspace. That's life in cyberspace. Let's face it. That's life. Check it out. 'Cause that's life. That's life in cyberspace.